welcome back to this month's edition of the She Said No podcast. I say month, although it has been nearly a year since we recorded.
Maybe it should be an annual check-in.
An annual podcast. We'll try to do better. I know that our listener was eagerly awaiting the next episode.
Hey, Alan.
So today is the end of September. The beginning of September.
Almost middle September. September 10th.
September 10th. Wanted to update you all on what's going on in our lives. And then, obviously, the main topic and the start of the show, me, give you an update on how my addiction or collection issues
Depending on who you are.
how that's evolved. Our last topic was a PlayStation 5. We alluded to my other vices, aka collecting these fantastic figures. Griselda isn't thrilled with the PlayStation. A year later, still doesn't really give a shit about it.
Okay, how many times have you actually played this PlayStation 5 that you just had to get and couldn't wait?
It was definitely
a handful of times.
It was definitely overhyped, but zero regrets on having it.
No
It's been fantastic. I've beaten several games on it. I personally love it, but definitely overhyped. But we're not here to talk about the PlayStation today. We're here to talk about Hot Toys, and we actually have some great content. It would be better if this was a video podcast, but at least you'll be able to hear Griselda's first experience with unboxing one of these figures. Normally, she says, you go do that yourself. That's your thing.
Why don't we talk about our setup and how I feel like this is going to be the end of our marriage, really, but...
Well, I'd say we'll get to that. Why don't we give an update on kind of what's happened over the past year?
All right, go ahead.
Why don't we start at a macro level? So when on the last pod, we talked about priorities, and our priorities being wanting to redo our bathroom. Well, we haven't redone our bathroom. It appears we probably will be waiting until the end of next year to do so. Mainly related to a purchase. So we purchased an investment property. And so really kind of what we want to start focusing on this pod is how have we balanced things, right? This is an experiment, and I believe we can do everything. I think we can have the frivolous stuff, and I also think that we can invest and save towards the future. Griselda's not as convinced, and so this is the experiment.
And that's why she said no.
And that's why she tries to say no.
Well, first of all, I want to say that I'm still waiting for that parking permit. It's literally gonna be 2 years and still no parking permit. So there's my update.
The unforeseen events in our nation with people not getting vaccinated, wanting to wear masks.
We're moving on.
That's the reason why I'm not back at work yet.
Let's move on. We're moving on.
And when I say not back at work, I'm not physically in the office where they also administer these parking permits.
Sure.
If you hear shaking or chattering in the background, that's just Pancake. She wants to go outside. We're not going to let her interrupt this particular version of the podcast. So, macro level, we recently purchased an investment property. It's put a little ding in our savings overall. That being said, I haven't slowed down a whole ton on the collecting of the figures. The collection has continued to grow. We've looked at additional ways to display. I call myself a curator, and I've taken that term from another Hot Toys YouTuber, but I think he really summed it up well, where it feels like these are little miniature works of art. Griselda, how do you feel about that?
I still stand by what I said before. It is not that I don't have an issue with you collecting or whatever, displaying, but we are running out of room. So the way that we have set up is that our house is a 2-1, with one obviously being our bedroom and the second bedroom, instead of being an adult and having a guest bedroom, we have Marco's
theater room,
man cave type situation where it's like his theater room, and he can
man cave's kind of an antiquated term because everyone enjoys it, not just the men.
Okay.
Pancake enjoys this room. You enjoy this room.
He is very progressive. I like to think I call it Pancake's room, and Pancake calls it her room. But anyway, the issue is that it's not a big room, and I feel like he has several IKEA cabinets where he displays these toys, and the initial compromise was, okay, you can get your toys, but once you run out of room, that's kind of it. And the thing about Marco is that when he puts his mind to something, he cannot stop thinking about that something. And it's a great quality to have, but
it could be good. It could be used for good, and it could be used for evil.
So he's run out of room, and now he's like scheming about these other ways and how he can display his figure. And I don't know
the meme where the husband and wife are in the bed, and she thinks, or it says, "I bet he's thinking about other women," and then it's some thought bubble of some frivolous shit that he's thinking about. Sometimes I lie awake at night thinking about how am I going to display these works of art.
And this is the truth, because I wake up in the middle of the night, probably like 2, 3, 4 in the morning, and I see Marco on his phone, and instead of being like, who the F is he talking to? I'm like, he's probably on Reddit looking up some bullshit thing about some toys, or what is he scheming? He's gonna buy something. So I just turn around.
When you look in your man's phone and he ain't got no hose.
So anyway, so that's kind of the issue.
We're gonna pause here. We've got some dogs barking. And we're back. The dogs next door decided to tell everyone, and now Pancake's joining in. We've got a lot of dogs interrupting the podcast. Where we left off, we don't quite recall. We were talking about display options. Griselda's not a big fan of how we've got everything displayed. She thinks I'm running out of room. I think I'm just getting started with the creative ideas. We'll see who wins. I'm assuming she's going to say no at a certain point, and we'll figure out something. Probably a new house might be involved. Me moving off-site. Any other updates? Any frivolous things that you bought since last December, since we last recorded?
Zero things.
0 things? What about the sewing machine?
No, I already had it.
I
did buy a few frivolous things.
Okay, let's hear.
So I have been wanting an ice maker for a very long time. But, when you're an adult, you have to figure out, is it worth the counter space?
Is the juice worth the squeeze?
And I've been eyeing a particular ice maker for a very long time. So I was like, no, you know what? We have more responsibilities now with this other property that we have. And so, you just never know. But I did buy some ice makers.
Ice trays, you mean?
Ice trays.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at the freezer, and so I got this container, and so instead of, having the ice maker, I have the container, and I fill it up with ice, and it serves as an ice maker, and it's given me a lot of
joy. A lot of joy.
Okay. That, and actually, and our Casper sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She does buy a lot of sheets, a lot of bed sheets.
No, not a lot. Just it's been twice. Or trice.
We went from only having 1 pair of bed sheets, which is not a very adult thing, I guess.
Now we have 2.
Now we have 4 sets.
No, 2.
Okay, I'm pretty sure we have at least 3 sets.
Okay.
But no, that's good, and you can tell the difference. The thread count really.
No, I don't think it's the thread count. It's the material.
Okay, all right. I'm just using the only technical term that I know.
I read an article that thread count actually doesn't really. It's not the thing. It's the material.
So it's a marketing term.
Yeah. But anyway, again, so when I buy things that are frivolous, that make me happy, it is for the benefit of both of us.
You get to look at these works of art as well. I feel like that benefits both of us.
So do you want to talk about our argument over these toys? I feel like that's a big thing.
I don't really remember, so I'm going to let you frame that up.
So the initial agreement was that he couldn't. I pitched the idea of an amount. I said, how about there's X amount that you can spend on yourself per year. Immediately that was shot down, and he said, don't try to control him or don't try to put a cap on his happiness, something or other. I rolled my eyes, of course, and moved on. So he didn't like that. And I felt like the number was very generous, actually.
What was it again?
$5,000.
Okay.
Very generous. And it was like $5,000 that you can earmark for yourself and buying whatever you want.
I'm pretty sure I haven't gone over that.
But you said no.
Yeah, I just don't like to be. I don't like
anyway,
to be
that's beyond...
the beauty of being an adult, you know.
That's beyond the point, okay? But my point being that there has to be a limit, okay? You can't just like buy whatever you want. And your argument,
yeah, go ahead.
Your argument was that, you know, you don't really know when these are going to ship, especially with COVID, so blah, blah, blah.
A little context. First of all, there's a lot of them that come out that I want. So I understand that I can't get them all. And second, these are unique. They're imports. They come from Hong Kong, and they got a long lead time. You know, normally a year and a half, 2 years. You pre-order it or it's on pre-order. So you can't really tell when they're going to drop, you know. The figure that we're going to unbox today, Captain America from Endgame. Endgame came out in 2018?
I don't know.
It's been a minute,
okay.
and I'm just getting the figure now.
Pause.
So,
Okay, but when did you order it?
Just
you didn't order
recently.
it, exactly. You didn't order it in 2018.
No, but there's people that have.
Okay,
and
that's
my point.
Okay.
Because I wasn't in the game yet.
Moving on. And first of all, I feel like we haven't even explained what a hot toy is. Sorry, that's Pancake crying.
That's a good point.
So a hot toy is essentially a what is it?
1/6 scale. So it's.
What does that mean?
It's the size. It's 1/6 the size of the character. So for instance, Spider-Man is 1/6 the size.
So if you put them on top of each other, they make one person. Is that how it works?
No. You take the person from the movie or the character from the movie and you shrink it down to 1/6 its scale.
Yeah, that's what I said. So if you get
6 of them,
then it's
basically.
Okay.
So for instance, Thanos is a bit bigger than Spider-Man, right? So then it's not based on just purely inches, but it's just 1/6 the scale.
Right. Okay, and so it's not necessarily like one movie or one theme, right? They have them like, they had a Kobe Bryant one.
They've got Kobe Bryant ones, yeah.
So it's not just like Star Wars and Marvel, it's like other things, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Okay. They've got Back to the Future. Griselda doesn't know I have my eyes on those. But...
No, and so, okay, so that's how it started, and I feel like this is kind of all over the place because it's like, first it was just Marvel, figures, right? It was just Marvel. And I said, okay, stick to a theme. So, okay, it's just Marvel. Okay. Then he started setting his eye on like Star Wars one. And I'm like, no, because now I was trying to set a limit is what I was trying to do. And I was like, okay, if you want these, fine, just Marvel. Do not go outside of the Marvel universe. Then he started looking at Star Wars.
That's like having one wife. Come on, baby.
So then, please, you can barely keep one. So then he started looking at Star Wars, and I was like, hold on. Because now we're, opening it to more. And now
I blame The Mandalorian, though. It rekindled a lot of Star Wars fans' love for the series. And so, yeah, we got 2 Mandalorians now. The collection is growing.
Hold on. I'm going to get there.
Oh, shit.
So then it was like, okay, it was just Marvel, then it's Star Wars, and he got another Star Wars, and he got another Star Wars character, and it was like, okay. Then he got like Batman, and didn't you have a Superman as well?
I don't have a Superman yet.
Okay. So as you can see, I was like, okay, please just.
So you said no to the Superman, and now that one goes for crazy money.
I don't care. Wait,
no regrets. Hold on. Some regrets. Can't have them all.
Focus. Okay, so my point was like, okay, fine, have your figures. I don't get it, but sure, have them. They're your hobbies, whatever. My problem with this one is that, there's no limit. And I was trying to, it's a marriage, so, I'm trying to compromise. And it was like, okay, maybe just have Marvel. Nope, that was out the window. Then it was like, okay, maybe just Star Wars and Marvel. Nope, now he has a Batman. And what are those the only ones that you have outside of the, right?
That's all that I have, yeah.
Okay. And then it just kept growing and growing. And I feel like a lot of significant others, we don't want to be upset, okay?
Just be happy.
Just be happy.
White Lotus. Banger if you haven't seen it. HBO Max.
That's our go-to now.
We're not sponsored by HBO Max yet. Maybe after this.
So it was like, you have to have a compromise. But I don't want to be upset at, it's your thing, whatever, but you're making it very hard. Because it's like...
That's what she said.
You have no limit. And that's my issue. It's like... And then it was like, okay, maybe only 20. 20 figures. And then it was over 20. And it's like, okay. Then I said, okay, fine. So if you're going to get one...
Oh, go
no,
ahead.
hold
yeah,
on.
Yeah.
There were very, like, a lot of variables to this.
We've come a long way in a year.
So then it was like, okay, only 20. Okay, no, not only 20. Okay, if you get one, you have to sell. Like, 20 is the max. If you get one, you have to sell one.
And I've sold 2 so far.
You have to keep it under 20 was the thing. Then it was, I don't want to see a character. I don't want to see 2 figures of the same character. Sure, their costume is different. I said, I don't care. Pick one, it's like what you tell a child. Pick one. You have to make choices in life.
Oh, I'm having flashbacks to Toys R Us.
Listen, one.
I was spoiled, but I did not like to be told just pick one.
Yeah, like Spider-Man, and then what's the other one that you got? This one?
Iron Man?
Iron Man?
I only have one Iron Man.
Okay, but
Shit.
You think that I don't know. Anyway, then it was like
you don't even know I know. I'm going to get him on that shit next month.
How many Mandalorians do you have? 2.
2.
And then what's the other one that looks like Mandalorian?
Boba Fett.
Yes. And I said, hold
technically,
on.
No. Technically, the Mandalorian looks like Boba Fett.
Right, correct.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I am sorry.
Honey.
When he got Boba Fett, I personally like Boba Fett. When he got Boba Fett, I said, you can either get Boba Fett or the Mandalorian. You cannot get both. They are the same species. You are not going to get 2. Well,
I'm going to allow you to say species. That's incorrect. But
okay.
I'm going to let it slide.
Instead of race, are they the same race?
It's more like a creed. Anyways, that's a topic for another podcast.
Okay. I said, I don't want to see 2 of the same characters. Well, that went out the window. You know what I mean? And it's just like you just keep you just keep pushing and pushing. And it's just
habitual line step.
I don't want to be upset. So then what happened?
What did happen?
Then I said, I'm going to divorce you 100% if you don't stop. Like, this is going to be the reason we get a divorce. For sure. Okay? Then I said, okay, I don't want to hear about it. Because it's not like you just collect. And sorry, I feel like I've been talking for a very long time.
It's all right.
It's not like you just
collect.
It's not like you just collect these toys. You watch podcasts about it. Or no, sorry. You listen to podcasts. You watch...
Technically, the YouTube, yeah.
Okay. You watch... YouTube videos about them. So then, you know what I mean? It's just like
I recently reacted my Facebook to join a group about Hot Toys collectors as well. So there's a lot of content as well.
It's just Reddit. And then, it's just like there's no... now, you can't see this room, and at some point we'll show it, but it's like, now it just looks like a mess to me.
Well, it's a work in progress right now, but once it's complete, you're going to be like, damn.
How many...
You're going to be like, am I in my own house or am I in the Louvre? Okay. Look at all these works of art. Is that the Mona Lisa or is that Thor? I'm not actually sure.
And it's just like, it's not okay. And
you just can't see the vision yet, but once it's complete,
no, I see it. I just don't like it. I don't think you do. Anyway, that is why I said no. And it doesn't matter apparently what I say because
it does.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so we've come on the most recent compromise.
We'll see how long this will last.
The most recent compromise is I pay a tax. So, I found a website where I don't have to pay tax or shipping. So I'm actually saving a whole bunch. I can't afford not to get through this site. So now I pay a tax to my family, and I put the same amount into our shared savings that I do to every time I buy a figure. So I'm paying a tax, which, it contributes to our saving goals. It's not really punitive. It's something that I was going to do anyways, but, it helps Griselda rest assured that we're still doing both. And it seems like a fair compromise. And I think it's working out thus far.
But then so this actually happened when I got really frustrated, was when I was in Mississippi, right? So I was away for 2 months. I get it. Thank you for putting up with my crazy choices in life. But I was in Mississippi for 2 months, and
she's in the military. This is for tech school.
So my entire paycheck was going into our joint account. And I was like, I'm like saving all this money. We have this new property that we have to take care of, right? And so I was like, I just thought that it was just like, all hands on deck kind of thing until we are a little bit more secured.
Buckle down.
Because all of our savings, like almost all of it went towards the purchase of this property. And so, I don't like to feel uncomfortable when it comes to our finances. So I was like, let's just save up until we're at a number that I feel comfortable with. And then, whatever, go on living your life. And so I feel like that's when it really, right? Like that's when I was really probably like really upset that you were like spending all this money on these things. And obviously that had to do with like not being here and, a little bit out of your control, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, I don't want to hear about these toys. I want nothing to do with them. You do your thing, but you are going to pay a tax, right? And so it's been working well. And I told him I want nothing to do, but every time he gets a shipment, and how long have you had this shipment for?
This one about a week.
And he hasn't opened it.
Yeah, it just sometimes you got to be in the right mood though, right? And
sure.
So that's one of the reasons why we're going to do this boxing live on the air. Is so Griselda, we can kind of walk Griselda through the feelings that I have when I open the figure. Obviously, it's all connected to my childhood, feeling like, simpler times when I was I'm a chubby man, and when I was just a chubby boy getting a new action figure, it kind of takes me back to those days. And
sure.
So she's going to share in that joy. Again, this is Captain America from Endgame.
I wouldn't call it sharing in a joy. I'm kind of just going to sit back and like judge a little bit.
Okay.
It's our favorite thing to do. And so, but yeah, I think that's kind of it. But I did say I want nothing to do with it. And, he would kind of do this thing where it's like, oh, come look at this. And I said, no, I don't want anything to do with it. And sometimes like before bed, he'll watch his YouTube videos and, they'll talk. He watches so many of them, but he'll and
the reason I watch these and I'm in the Facebook group, I don't have friends in real life that collect these. I have one friend that maybe he'll be a listener to the pod one day. He's got a few on pre-order, but again, the lead time on these things is a year, 2 years, and so he has none in hand. Just kind of currently living vicariously through the collection.
He doesn't have any? I thought he had. No. I thought he
pre-ordered Ahsoka and he pre-ordered Scarlet Witch. Okay. When I say his wife Jody allowed him to. And yeah, they don't have them in hand because neither have even released in Hong Kong.
I thought he already had one. Yeah, I forgot where my point with that was.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Oh yeah, no,
okay.
That I said that I wanted nothing to do with it. This was going to be your hobby and your hobby alone. I couldn't stand the sight of them because it was a real. I mean, when I say it was a real issue, it was a real issue. Like, it was serious. Okay. I had a real problem with this, and I feel like it was a source of a lot of our arguments for some time there, right?
Okay.
And I feel like that had more. Well, it was a culmination of things, but you just kept pushing, I feel like, right? It's like...
I am a habitual line stepper.
I would say yes, and then you would say yes for 2 seconds, and then move.
Let me be a man and make my own decision.
100% of the time, I'm going to say no.
I'm probably not going to get it, but just let me make the decision. Okay, I'm going to get it.
Yeah, exactly. And so I said I want nothing to do with it. I don't talk to me about it. Like, this is going to be your thing and your thing alone. And he was like, well, how are you going to know? Like, should I tell you that I'm figures on its way? And I said, no, the way I'm going to know is I'm going to see the tax in our bank account, and that's how I'm going to know, right? But... So he would be watching these YouTube videos, and the guys were funny, and so sometimes I enjoy to see them talk, and, they say, like, dumb things, and I would chuckle, and immediately I was like, this is not an invitation for you to talk to me about these toys. It's like, we're laying in bed, technically, like, I'm going to bed, and he sits and watches TV, after I go to sleep. And I would, like, chuckle or, like, giggle, and he immediately took that as an invitation to start talking to me about these toys. And I'm like...
Pancake doesn't like how aggressive you're
This is not an invitation. I want nothing to do with it. But now he has, as he tends to do, he drew me in again.
That's because I'm a scoundrel.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are. Okay, so.
Okay, anything else you want to get off your chest? I feel like that was a good therapy session.
Yeah,
I'm sure our listeners enjoyed you.
I feel like this is going to be more for our children if we have children.
Okay, well that's fair. No, I think it was good content. We're not as funny as we were maybe in the previous episode.
I feel like you get like too into your head or something, no?
What does that mean?
Like you kind of, you're too serious. Oh, can I say something really quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Speaking of serious, can I say about your surgery? You forgot to mention your surgery.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, so Marco had surgery. You want to talk about that?
I think you got to talk a little bit louder. See, so you can see the bars here?
Oh, yeah. Well, why don't we put it up like this?
Oh, perfect.
So Marco got surgery recently.
So I had my deviated septum repaired. And yeah, I could breathe through my nose very clearly. It's been life-changing. I just have to remember that I can breathe through my nose. That's been the biggest challenge thus far. So what was the what was the point in that?
So how long was your recovery? A few days? No bruising.
About 2 weeks.
No bruising at all, which I hear.
Oh, how long was I on that good medicine? Medicina though? Yeah, for a little under a week, maybe about 4 days.
So I was his nurse, and he was no fun, and he couldn't laugh, and he couldn't.
I had splints in my nose.
And he couldn't really be funny. Blood kept just like oozing out of his nose for a few days. And I turned around and I looked at him deep in his eyes. And I said, I don't really think I love you because you're not funny. Like you weren't funny. You weren't funny for like 4 days.
And I was like, this hospital sucks. I need to be transferred somewhere else.
So I'm just
the
saying,
nurse is
you're
no
not
good.
like, you're
She's
not
got
loose.
great jugs, but beyond that, shit nurse.
No.
Complete shit nurse.
I'm just saying you're not being yourself, I feel like.
Oh, currently?
Yeah. Like you're too, I feel like you're too concerned about how your voice feels.
Oh, okay.
Or sounds.
Well, I just want to make sure that I'm projecting correctly. Also, our dog is crying over here, so that's giving me a bit of anxiety.
Okay, use your new nose to breathe.
Breathe
okay,
in, breathe
so
out.
do you want to start with your unboxing then?
Yeah, let's start with the unboxing.
All right. Go ahead. I'm going to hold it.
Okay.
That's what she said.
So, again, not the best content to have audio only, but we're going to walk you through.
And so can you remind me again what this is?
Yeah, so this is...
So it comes in a brown box. You can't really see anything.
They're called brown shipper boxes. It is literally just a cardboard
Which
box.
is apparently a big thing.
Yeah.
If you don't have these, what happens?
You lose part of the value of the figure. People want this brown shipper with the figure. You know, collectors, go figure. And just to give you a little background, I don't collect these because I think they're going to go up in value a ton. I collect them because I enjoy them. And, you know, if I happen to sell one for a good amount of money, okay, cool. But that's not why I'm in the game.
It's more about the community, I feel like,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And, we forgot to mention, you can pose them.
Yes, there you go. That's what kind of differentiates them from like buying a statue. Because every now and then, you know, you could have a few drinks, you know, or partake in other things. And, you know, you just look at your figures, you can repose them, and it's like you got a brand new figure at a certain point. They're really therapeutic, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're opening the brown shipper now.
So it's a brown box.
It's a brown box.
And then there's another box in this brown shipper box.
So this is called the art box.
And it's pretty and colorful, and it has, you know, the figure.
So it's got a picture of
actor,
Steve Rogers,
yeah.
of Chris Evans on the box, and it says Captain America, Avengers Endgame.
And do you have another Captain America, or is this your first?
I do. I got a silver and black Captain America. That was actually my first ever hot toy I had in hand. If you recall, we tried to order Thanos, and I didn't really understand how these worked at the time. So I was like, okay, I ordered him. When does he come? And not realizing, you know, pandemic, everything's delayed, especially from overseas in China and Hong Kong. China. So that's the first one I ever had. Silver and black Captain America. I'm a Raiders fan. So that one should never leave the collection. I love that one.
You literally just said that you were going to sell that one when you got this new Captain America. See what I mean?
Did I?
Yes.
When did I say that?
I was like, you got another Captain America? And you're like, yeah, but I can sell. And you did say that it was your first one.
Yeah. I said I could sell it theoretically. I mean, you could sell your body too, but I mean, you could. I'm just saying, is that what we're going to do?
First of all, I'm way too expensive.
He ain't lying.
Okay, don't get nervous now.
Sorry. Sometimes these things, because I'm trying to keep the integrity of...
But this is, so he's opening a plastic, it's just a plastic bag.
So let's talk about the layers.
Do you need the plastic bag?
Let's talk about it like it's a cheeseburger.
Okay.
So the bun is the cardboard box. The lettuce is the plastic bag that kind of...
But do you need it? Can you just rip it up or no?
I like to hold on to it. Just in case I go to sell it, I try to keep the integrity of these things.
I see.
Not like I need to keep everything pristine. That's not really the goal. Like I said...
You can say that again.
It's a beautiful Captain America.
Okay,
How do you feel about the box?
It's nice. I like the cutting. It's like on the side of the box, it has like a design with the little Captain America.
It's got a premium fill, right? So then it's got a slip cover.
Yes.
So you slip it off and you can kind of get a little preview of the figure. You can see a shield. So this one comes with the broken shield.
Okay.
Because in Endgame,
bigger.
Thanos.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it comes with...
It comes with Mjolnir, Thor's hammer.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because this is the definitive. And so that's the thing. I initially didn't plan to get this one because we said only one character, one figure per character. But, and here's another point of contention. Sometimes the timing doesn't work because these things, year plus two, like I said, to come out. And then you got a window where you can get it. And then after that window closes, that's it. They don't make any more. Sometimes they do reissues of figures, but that could be years down the line. So if you want it, you kind of got to get it. And so that's what I've told Griselda. And so it's not always convenient to just have a premium figure. We won't go into what these cost, but they're not cheap. But they're premium. They're premium collectibles. All right, so now we're opening it. So I really like, so the plastic, so there's a plastic piece where you can preview the figure. And it does remind me of you getting an action figure as a kid. You can kind of see it beforehand. And then you're opening it, and you're like, oh, man, you can't wait to tear it open. Think about being just a little fat boy tearing into his action figures.
And then, it comes with different heads, and you can, one has a mask, and one of them, which one's the toy that has, the weird jaw, different jaws? Is that Batman?
You're talking about where you can remove the mouth?
Yeah.
So this one has the same concept.
Okay.
So it comes with a head sculpt. So this is another thing that the current Captain America I have doesn't come with.
Okay.
And it comes with a head. Sorry, an unmasked head sculpt.
Ready?
So so those are the pegs. That's how his wrists connect.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, fuck, this is fire. So it comes with the unmasked head sculpt. So
the faces do look very, very... you can kind of see the highlights in his hair.
They're very detailed.
Yeah,
they're hand painted,
very
and that's why these fuckers are so expensive because it is.
The eyes are like glass or something. Yeah.
So this alone, let's say in a year from now, if I wanted to part this out, I could sell this head for $120 by itself. This will be something that's very sought after. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful handcrafted piece. It's art. And then we talked about. So then it comes with.
That's very creepy. It just comes with different face jaws.
Yeah, so it comes with the unmasked head, and then it comes with the head with his helmet on, and then you can swap out different expressions. So you can, if you want him kind of stoic and serious, you can have that.
It's on there. Okay, you
can't
can't
really
see. Oh, okay.
So basically, you pop out his nose and his mouth, and then let's say we want him pissed off. We want him angry because Thanos broke his shield. You pop on the angry head, which I love. I'm an angry person, so I like the figures that represent me. So.
And you can't really see the.
I probably will not display him with the. You can't see the seam. You can't see the way that it connects. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
So the ultimate goal of these is to be
It smells very plastic or very.
First of all, that smell. Just smell that.
I don't like that smell.
Oh my god, I'm
smell.
hard as a rock right now. That smell is just so good.
Okay, so just Google Hot Toys and you can see what they look like.
Maybe we'll include a link in the show notes.
Yeah.
Comment down below. You think that once you look at the price, tell me if you think it's worth it or not.
Yeah, let's do that.
But so this is his classic costume, right? It's got the Avengers A. It's got the star, the blue and red and gold, stars and stripes, if you will. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful figure. It comes with Mjolnir. Mm-hmm. Now this one is plastic. I've got the one that's metal right now that Thor has in his hand. I may swap them out because you see how it's painted. It looks metal, and that's really the. Look how cute this one. You're gonna love this by itself. He's got his compass with Peggy Carter's picture in it. How adorbs
cute.
is that?
Adorbs.
Oh my God.
So
This one's for
adorbs.
the wives right here.
Okay.
This one's for the wifeys, 100%. Steve ain't no simp.
Oh,
All
that's
right, he's
so
definitely a simp carrying around a compass with Peggy.
You would know.
Yeah. So I
All
think,
right, well.
okay. So that was our unboxing. We'll get into the
So
minutia
exciting.
of these. I know, very, very thrilling content. All right, so what are your overall takeaways? Having unboxed for
I
the
feel
first
like
time.
I stand by what I said.
Do you have a better appreciation for these though?
No.
Okay, no. It hasn't advanced the argument at all.
I feel like a lot of significant others would agree with me that it's not that I don't want you to have these. It's that I want you to have a limit. Okay. And I feel like that doesn't exist with you. Mm-hmm. Any last thoughts?
I don't think so. No, we'll work on the limit. I am trying to think about the direction, but again, there's a lot of them that I want. So
Okay.
we'll keep on paying that tax. We'll check in again, maybe next month, maybe in the next few months. We're actually going on vacation. So when we talk about trying to do it all, we were able to, save up a little bit to go on vacay. And also, so we're going to Hawaii and we're going to Mexico. So we'll see how the budget's feeling after that. And if, we put a little dent in it and more figures come, I may get murdered and this may be the last episode of the podcast. But more to come. Thank you all for listening. Smash that like button. And we'll see you on the next pod.
Bye.